the video game rental store charges $25 for a membership, and then they charge $2.50 for every game rental. So, just by listening to this question, would you say that would be direct or partial? Is there an initial fee and then you get charged per game rental, or is it just you would just pay just for the game rentals? What do you guys think? Partial, excellent. Okay, I want you to write that down. Because we know there's an initial membership fee of $25, and then you have to pay $2.50 every time you rent a game. So just to join the rental store, you pay $25. So what would be an equation? I want you guys to think about this that would represent how you would calculate the cost. We're going to come up with an equation that uses C for cost, and we'll say G for number of games, for each number of game rentals. Okay, so what does the cost equal? What is the cost of, what does the rental store charge you? How much does it cost to rent from them? It's $25 for your membership. Then, so plus, and you have to pay how much for each game? So 2.50 times the number of games that I said G represents number of game rentals. Okay, so if you rent one game, how much are you paying? One game. How much would it cost for one game? Oh, we decided to come up with the equation first, which actually makes it easier for you to figure out what is the rate of change, and then you're going to say what is the fixed charge. So what is the rate of change? What does this change by every time you rent a game? What does it change by? $2.50. 2.5. Every time you rent a game, you pay $2.50. What is the fixed charge? What is the initial fee you have to pay no matter what? $25. Good. Okay, so now that we have an equation, we want to know how much would it cost to get the membership and then rent 15 games. So once again, how much is a membership? $25, and then you're paying $2.50 for one game. So how much would I pay for 15 games? Times 15. So you must do this first, BEDMAS. You must multiply 2.5 times 15. That's how much it costs to rent the games, and then you have to pay an additional $25 for the membership. So you guys tell me, what is the total? It's $2.50 times 15 is what? What's 2.5 times 15?
7.50.
Good. Plus we had to add the membership fee, so the total cost is $62.50. Okay, now we already answered this. Explain whether it's direct or partial.
Partial.
And I want you to explain why it's partial. Would this graph start at 0, 0? If you don't run any games, do you pay nothing? No. What do you have to pay? $25 for the membership. So it's partial because it has an initial fee. There's an initial amount of what? 0.25. This does not start at the origin. It starts at 0.25. So it does not start at origin. So we're trying to find the rate of change. We know that rate of change is equal to rise over run, which is the slope of a line. So we're going to use the graph. And I want you to pick any 2 points on the graph. So I'm going to do this one here. And let's do this one. And we're going to draw our rate triangle. Oops. And we're just going to count the rise. So is my scale, is it counting by ones for the scale? Is the scale increasing by 1? Okay, so I can count by ones. 1, 2, 3. The rise is 3 over, what's the run? Pardon? What's the run? Okay, the rate of change is 3 over 3. What is that equal to? What's 3 divided by 3? 1. Good. So the rate of change is 1. Where does the line cross the y-axis? Which one's the y-axis? Horizontal or vertical? Vertical. Label your axes x and y. And here's the line. Everyone look here for a second. Watch what happens. Are we looking?
Yeah.
Here's the line. When does it hit the y-axis? When does it touch the y-axis? At what point? 0, 3. Look at your... The point where the line crosses the y-axis is referred to as the y-intercept. But you're asked to write an equation to represent the relation. The equation will always be in the form y equals mx plus b. What does that mean?
What though?
Copy this down, please. M is the number that's going to go in front of x, and that refers to your slope or your rate of change. And what do you think b refers to? What's the other thing we found? We found the slope and we found the y-intercept.
Oh, my bad.
So to write the equation, we would write y equals, what's the slope of the line? What was the slope?
3.
3 over 3 equals
1.
1. So what was the slope of the line? 1. So y equals
1.
1 x. What's the y-intercept? Plus, what's the intercept? 3. That's it. That's the equation of the line.
Oh my gosh.
This is very important. The slope is whatever number is in front of x.
Is 5.
Okay, so just to recap, in the equation, it's y equals mx plus b. The slope is the number in front of x, which is called the coefficient of x. In example A, which number is in front of x?
5.
So what's the slope? That's it.
That's it?
The y-intercept is the constant term. It's the number that's by itself. It doesn't have a variable. So in equation A, what's the y-intercept?
7.
Good. Positive 7. That's good. Make sure you include the negative sign. So the slope is negative 3. This line would be decreasing, right? It has a decreasing rate of change. What's the y-intercept? Positive 2?
Negative.
That means this line will intercept at 1, 2, at negative 2. It's where the line hits the y-axis. It intercepts the y-axis, okay? The slope is whatever number is in front of x. I switch these around. It doesn't matter what order I write it in. Negative 1 over 2. You have to include the sign. And the y-intercept is, yep, positive 6. 9, not x, just 9. And the y-intercept is negative 8.